So here's story number 2. I have to go back to when I first started to be a truck driver. The first trainer I had would, keep in mind they were training us to drive the truck, would sit with her feet on the dash on a cell phone. Long story short, she told her boss that she was scared of my driving, even though she didn't really train me or do anything. So I had a second trainer, but the damage was already done. And using her advice, basically failed me with the other guy because I didn't do something that I was supposed to do. So they canned me. So this part of the story you got to add to what I'm about to tell you. So I just recently quit my employer and went with another employer hauling crude oil. $4,000 sign-on bonus, which kind of a high bonus, but hey, whatever. So keep in mind I was with my employer for about 6-7 years. So the first week went okay. I had one trainer, and trainers train their own way. You know, they have their how they do it. So eventually the boss wanted to speed up my training. So after the first week, I think I was with him maybe 5 days, 6 days. They pulled me off and put me with a guy who was not a trainer. So I did not learn anything that day. You're only in training for 2 weeks. So after that guy, they put me with another guy who was not a trainer, and he was a military guy. And pretty much was really testing my patience. But the whole time, he's kind of like, gotta walk with purpose or something. So I kind of got the vibe that something was up. So the second day I had him again, and he didn't even know anything about it. The boss said, "Hey, go ride with him." Well, I go to his truck, and you know, and they sleep seat trucks, so we carry our stuff. And open the door, and I was like, "I guess I'm riding with you." And the first thing out of his mouth was, "This is bull." And I'm like, well, this is gonna be a good start of my morning. So he gets out of the truck, runs in the office, so I'm sitting outside his truck with all my stuff, because what's the point of me putting my stuff in his truck if he's crying the blues? So then he comes out and gets in the truck and saying to me, and I'm like, "Are we good?" Yeah. Alright, whatever. So I had him for 2 days, and basically the whole time I'm being spoon-fed information. There was no real conversation. I mean, I'm just being... Everything out of my mouth was like, yeah, because everything he was talking about was information related to my job. Whatever I need to know. Very important stuff, which I don't know why I'm getting spent-fed in 2 days. I don't know. So we get down to the next guy who's an actual trainer. He's been doing this for 15 years. And same thing, the conversations, I mean, spoon-fed information. I mean, it's just all day. I mean, we're not having any normal conversation. It's just work information. Important stuff. So, but, beginning my shift, he asked me if the boss guy talked to me. And I go, no. He goes, well, you got 2 days to speed up. I'm like, really? At that time, at 5:30 in the morning, I decided I quit. But I rode with him the rest of the day because I, given the benefit of the doubt, maybe I'd change my mind. So all day, and I was like middle of the day, we're doing stuff, and he's kind of confident in me, I guess. And he goes, so, what do you think? And I said, you want my honest opinion? He's like, yeah. He goes, it's not looking good for you guys. Notice I said, you guys. He's like, why? And he thought it was the, we're talking about training. He goes, no. It's this stuff that, little stuff I've been overlooking is now coming into play, like a bald tire on a trailer. I mean, we're talking like almost like a racing skid. The whole week I was overgrossed. And I mentioned it to the first trainer because, my tractor, when I'm at 65 pounds, I'm overgrossed. I'm like 85,000 or so. And he didn't say anything. I didn't find out how to actually figure out how much liquid to put in my trailer until the second to last day I was there. I was only there, I think I was there 10 days. I don't remember. So I thought that was special. And, the other trucks were requiring maintenance. One truck didn't have a working fuel gauge. One truck didn't have a working depth gauge. One truck, there was something wrong with the dash controls. Like you couldn't get a defroster or something. I don't remember. And the truck I was in with that trainer, the passenger went into work. Now, if you roll a truck, you can't roll down a window, or if you have any sort of emergency, you can't roll down a window. That's really bad. And, so I told him, I said, maintenance is one thing right now. Because I left an employer that kind of stopped repairing stuff properly. And I wasn't getting invested in that, plus the training. I'm clearly not getting trained properly. And they seem to, because, they want 4 loads a day, 3 minimum or whatever. Now, I was originally told by their recruiter, which I'll have to make a video about recruiters, that it's 12 hours a day, 66. And it was actually 5:30 to 6 or whatever. Every day I go in there, 5:30. We did not roll out. You should have rolled out probably 15 minutes after you get there to go to your first site. Now, every time I was there, we had a stupid-ass meeting. And we didn't get out till like 7:30. Now, I don't know what transposed, but I don't know if I was thrown under the bus as why this original trainer was not getting his 4 loads or whatever. But I don't know what's going on, but clearly something happened behind the scenes. But, like I said, one day they were showing us how to put tire chains on a tractor, and they put it on wrong. And I even mentioned that, and I said, no, that's right. It's like, yeah, well, you're doing it wrong, but hey, whatever. I'm the new guy. Don't know me. I only did a spotter job for 3 years and had to throw chains on. I think I know what I'm talking about. My autofocus sucks. Anyways, so got sidetracked. Now I have to think what I was saying. But, so anyways, he spent the time after that when I said I was basically going to quit, trying to talk me out of it. And the more he spoke, the more he sealed the deal. Telling me how the boss guy was putting people that's worked there a year or two to make them trainers. And they shouldn't be training. It's like, oh, okay. And when they train, they train you a certain way to learn a pattern. And every person they put me with, I learned it, they had a different pattern in how they did things. That's just setting me up to fail. And when I mentioned that to that last trainer, he said, yeah, man, he's kind of setting you up to fail. I was like, you think? So, why wouldn't I continue the path I'm going? Now, let me know, when you cause a spill, which could be up to 50 grand or more in damages, that's, you can get blacklisted from the shell companies if you do something major. And if I'm not being trained properly, I should not even be there. As simple as that. I can go into more details, but if I can't operate the trailer valves properly, and I should not be working on my speed. Speed's increased over time of you acquiring a set skill. I've trained many people myself, I know that. But anyways, long story short, we can go anywhere we want. You don't have to stick out something. And there's no point in investing in anything if you know it's going to fail. Simple as that. I also know what they expect too. I'm going to always be hovered on my speed. And I have a ripped tendon in my ankle that I had stitched together. And I want to go 1 speed. Simple as that. And if the recruiter even mentioned that, I would have said, yeah, I got a ripped ankle in my, you know, I got a ripped tendon in my ankle. If they were forthcoming on the information, it wouldn't have wasted my time. It wouldn't have wasted my bills increased because I'm behind. Because they wasted my time. When I quit, I just didn't show up the next day. In fact, that last trainer was like, you're gonna come in tomorrow, right? I'm like, tell you what, if you don't see me tomorrow, just tell the boss guy I quit. And that's how it went down. And you know, well, I'm gonna continue another day of training pay. So I bought PPE for this new job, a new coat, an FR coat, and some other miscellaneous stuff. So it's probably a couple hundred there, plus boots. I got about 2 pairs of boots specifically for this job. So that was a waste of money. The whole time I was on training pay, so my bills were getting behind. And basically I quit and I sat unemployed. See, I think I quit on a Sunday. So I don't know if I count Sunday, but I sat Monday and Tuesday decompressing. And then Wednesday, I picked up the phone and called my previous employer. Talked to the safety guy. He said, hey, come on down. Alright, come down. And that day I had my truck assigned. I had my tablet, my fuel card. And the next day, I already had a load. In fact, the next day, as I was rolling, and the boss of all dispatch called me, hey, when you start working? I said, hey, I'm already working, buddy. So, yeah, we can get a job anywhere as we want. The employer's watching. Don't lie to us. Don't do that. I hate that. In fact, my employer lies to the new people they bring in. They say the same thing to me, but I've been here long enough. I've been in this industry long enough to know it's all lies. You have to work it and see if you like it. So maybe someone will see this and learn from it. And training is very important. And if you're being rushed in your training, if you're being spoon-fed information for 2-3 days, you need to get out. Simple as that. You need to eject out of that situation because it's putting you in a bad situation. And I'm not saying you won't get past it and maybe you'll be successful, but I probably could have stuck it out, but problem is I'm on an oil pad. I don't have phone a friend. My cell phone, the work tablet, did not get cell service there. So if I have a situation where I need a phone a friend, I can't. I'd have to leave the pad, go somewhere, get cell service, and come back. Then explain why I didn't get all my loads done. So, anyways, have fun.